With 130 babies dying every single day, it's no wonder that the U.S. Senate is recommending now an end to the war in Yemen. What they're actually doing is invoking the War Powers Act. This is interesting. You see, in our country, wars are supposed to be declared or undeclared by Congress, not the president. That is what the Senate is doing. Lawmakers are calling it a historic and victorious vote. RT correspondent Dan Cohen puts this one together for us.
Thursday afternoon, senators passed a resolution invoking the War Powers Act. The resolution is all but sure to be vetoed by President Trump, but nonetheless, the lawmakers who pushed for the vote are calling it a victory.
Today, for the first time, we've taken the historic step of pushing back in the way that we are with this measure, and it passed. And it passed with support of not only Democrats, but also Republicans.
We are not going to be a party to seeing millions of people starve to death in a war led by a despotic Saudi Arabian regime.
The final vote was 58-41, requiring a simple majority to pass. The bill directs President Trump to remove U.S. troops from Yemen and cease assisting Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates in their operations. It does, however, allow U.S. forces to remain in Yemen in order to fight al-Qaeda. It's under the 9/11 era authorization of use of military force, or AUMF. One amendment from Senator Tom Cotton was rejected that would have allowed the U.S. to continue refueling Saudi and Emirati warplanes. Another amendment that did pass says nothing in the resolution can disrupt military operations or cooperation with Israel and regional allies. The resolution faces an uphill battle after Speaker of the House Paul Ryan attached a clause preventing the bill from going to a vote in the House of Representatives. Ryan attached the measure to a completely unrelated farm bill, effectively ensuring the war goes on until the new Congress is in session. The U.S. role in Yemen never had congressional authorization and therefore no legal basis. It's the first time the War Powers Act has been invoked since it was created in 1973. A similar resolution failed to pass earlier this year, but gained bipartisan support after Saudi Arabia murdered journalist Jamal Khashoggi. The Senate also passed a resolution blaming Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, for Khashoggi's murder. This comes hours after UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres announced a ceasefire after a week of indirect negotiations between the Saudi-backed Yemeni government and Houthi rebels.
You have reached an agreement on Hodeidah port and city, which will see a mutual redeployment of forces from the port and the city and the establishment of a governorate-wide ceasefire. The UN will play a leading role in the port, and this will facilitate the humanitarian access and the flow of goods to the civilian population.
The ceasefire applies across the entirety of Hodeidah province, most importantly including Hodeidah port, the lifeline of Yemen, where 85% of aid enters the country. The two sides have already agreed to prisoner swaps and have discussed reopening the international airport in Sana'a. Negotiators are saying this is a first step towards a long-term peace for Yemen, and with the Senate asserting itself against President Trump, that may be one step closer. In Washington, Dan Cohen, RT.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.